Hi everyone, this video is brought to you by Project Usaari, a social initiative that aims to increase the access of public speaking opportunities among students of Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities across India. This video is the second video in the playlist called Basics of Public Speaking, the 10-minute series. Today's topic is what are the 3 mistakes that beginners make and how you as a beginner can avoid it. In today's video, we're going to discuss 3 things. Firstly, what are these 3 main problems? Secondly, why do these problems exist? And thirdly, how you can tackle these problems. So, let's see what are these 3 big problems and why do they even arise. So, this is the list of 3 problems that I have collated based on my experience of the past 6 years, because these are the problems that have repeatedly come up with all the new public speakers that start public speaking, right? So, let's tackle them. Firstly, comparison. I think being a public speaker or being a human in general, we have a tendency of comparing ourselves to people who may be better than us, comparing ourselves to public speakers who've had years of experience, and we're comparing ourselves to them maybe because they have better content style, maybe because they are speaking with more expressions, maybe their speaking style is so good that you would want to sort of incorporate that style in your speaking as well. But the thing that you all need to understand is that there's always someone who's going to be better than you, there's always someone who's going to be a better speaker than you, and that is totally fine. The least you can do is that appreciate that person, because public speaking as a skill will help you meet so many people out there who are so much better than you. And I think there's nothing better than this feeling, because all the speakers that you'll meet who you think are so called better than you all started as young as you all are, or as novice as you all are. So never think that somebody who's better than you or somebody who's really good became good like in a night, because again, Rome was not built in a day, and so is their public speaking ability. So never compare yourself to others, because it's really not going to give you any value. You really have to first accept the fact that there is always going to be someone better than you. The least you can do is go up to that person, compliment them, and ask what is that they do that makes them so unique, what is that they do that makes their speaking style so good. And believe me, nobody will ever say no in helping. Secondly, not learning the basics. Again, I feel as students, we're always so excited to try new things, right? And when you start public speaking, you're always excited to try a lot of new tournaments, try a lot of new competitions, try a lot of new speaking styles. And a lot of parents and a lot of students come up to me and they're always like, hey, can you please prepare me for a declamation that is coming? Can you prepare me for a speech competition that is coming in my school? But the thing that you really need to understand is that you cannot be prepared for a declamation or you cannot be prepared for a speech until you are actually clear with the basics, right? It's really important for you to understand what kind of style you need to speak for a certain topic, what kind of expressions you need to add for a certain topic. For sure, tournaments and competitions that are held at your school or in your city are extremely important for you to participate so that you can apply your skills too. However, you have to work on the skills before. You have to create a foundational base for whatever you're going to start. Because if you do not know how to write a speech, if you do not know how to speak in the first place, you will not be able to perform good at any competition or any tournament for that matter. And then there's no point of feeling sad for not being selected, because definitely failing is definitely very bad, or failing is something that does not come to anybody's mind. But again, we really need to focus on learning the basics first, understand the kind of skill that you're going to build, because that is actually going to be very beneficial for you to tackle the complexities that will arise as you move forward. Thirdly, lack of consistency. I think this is where a lot of students tend to fail, and not even as beginners but also like advanced people, right? Now, suppose you scored a 30 out of 40 in your unit test or in your exam, right? And you're not really happy with that kind of score. So you're obviously going to put in more amount of hours to studying so that you can become better or you can top the class next time. And as students, we're always studying so that we can get better grades, so that we can get better ranks, right? Now that is consistency. If you're a sports person, you might be practicing the sport that you're playing for maybe an hour or an hour and a half every day, or maybe 2 hours, right? And that is consistency, right? Because you have to do a certain thing again and again over a period of time so that you can become better at it. And I feel public speaking is no less than a sport, because it requires a lot of time, it requires a lot of effort, and the outcome that comes therefore is extremely fruitful. Now, these were the three main problems and why they arise. Now we'll tackle how to deal with them, right? Firstly, if you have a problem of comparing yourself to others, you really need to start focusing on yourself first. That is, give yourself time to practice. And I think I cannot emphasize this anymore. If you really want to stop comparing yourself to others, you have to start putting in an effort for your own self, because once you start putting in an effort yourself, you will be able to see the kind of effort you're putting in yourself, and you will be able to build some amount of confidence in yourself. I feel practice is the best way of instilling self belief, because it really tells you how much you're doing, how efficient or how effective your work how effectively you're working towards building a skill or towards doing something, right? So start practicing. Secondly, if you have a problem of not learning the basics, you really need to follow accounts or take guidance from experienced mentors who will guide you from ground zero. Or simply, you can just follow Project Usaari, because we will be tackling down these basics. We will be giving you a lot of foundational base so that you are able to understand why is that certain things exist and why is that certain things that you are feeling exist, so that you are able to tackle those problems yourself without anybody's help, and you become extremely self-sufficient. Thirdly, if you have a problem of consistency, I genuinely request you all to build a routine and devote just 30 minutes of your time daily to public speaking. If 30 minutes is a lot, then just give 20 minutes. If 20 minutes is also a lot, then just give 15 minutes. I mean, as students, we give a lot of time to our studies, which is a really, really great thing. But the biggest myth that a lot of students and a lot of parents have about public speaking or any skill based activity in general is that it will hamper their studies. But I really do not think it is true, because if you really want to become better at a skill, you will never ever let it come in the way of your academics. And I'm not even telling you to give like an insane amount of hours every day. I'm not saying you to give 2 hours or 3 hours every day to public speaking, because it really does not require that amount of hours as beginning. I mean, of course, when you are preparing for a certain tournament, you'll have to improvise the schedule accordingly, but that is a conversation for some other day. Right now, as beginners, the least you can do in order to build your skill, in order to improve yourself, is just give 30 minutes of your day towards public speaking. What can you do in those 30 minutes? You can either watch a video of a good public speaker, just note what are the points that makes them so good, what are the points you think make them so good, as to what is their speaking style, what is that they're talking about, what message did you learn from their speech. Take a random topic, write 3 arguments, write a small speech on it, deliver it for 1 or 2 minutes, ask your parents or ask your siblings or ask your friends to tell what are the mistakes that you made, or what is something that you did really exceptionally well. These are the little things that you can actually do in these 30 minutes. And again, this is again a very comprehensive point which we will be tackling in the sessions further. But for right now, just try to build a routine around your day. Just try to build a 30-minute routine every day so that you are able to curb your fear of public speaking, right? Now, this brings us to the end of the session, but before we actually end the session, I really request you all to check the description box below. There you'll find the link to a short assignment that I've created, which you can attempt, and it will help you strengthen the concepts that we've done today. Now, in the next session, we'll be tackling down why people fear public speaking and how can you overcome that fear. I hope you enjoy the session. I'll meet you in the next one. Thank you.